Hello and welcome to another episode of Rob's Ramblings here on the Bucks and Six channel. And today at the Brown Table of Sports Card Collecting, I'm going to show a whole bunch of different things that I picked up. Most of it I picked up today as I went to a local card show just down the road from my house here, actually in my hometown, where there was a small show going on. So I went and checked that out, and then from there I had a great lunch with a dear friend, and after that I hit a local card shop and finished off my day just sitting at a table flipping through boxes and boxes of cards through the dollar bin and grabbed a stack of cards. So I'm just going to show you what I came across today. But before I get into that, I do want to show a few items that were sent to me this week by my friend Brent Richards. If you watch my channel, you hear me talking about him all the time. My last episode was one of the all-time classic episodes that I've ever recorded, as it was a gift from Brent, and it was the Jim Gantner Go Jump in a Lake autograph, and I just dearly love that gift so much. And then later on, like a few days after I got that package, I got another package in the mail from Brent. I'm assuming most of you that are watching my channel also watch his channel, so you're aware that he recently had some Nolan Ryan items that he was sending out to people, and I requested all three of these things, and I'm very happy with how cool they are. The first one's very unique. This is a little baseball card sized card that Brent had made up of Nolan Ryan's Armed Forces ID badge. I think it's very unique, kind of a cool item. So pick that up. He sent that to me. I requested that. And now the next one, I won't get into Brent's story about this photograph, but I'll just suffice it to say that Brent had the negative of a photograph of Nolan Ryan from his rookie season, and he had that developed, and it just turned out absolutely phenomenal. And he sent me this copy of it, and it's just beautiful, beautiful card. And then to top that off, he took that image and turned it into kind of an artistic rendering of what would have been Nolan Ryan's rookie baseball card if he had a baseball card made up of that photograph. So this just turned out fantastic. So Brent was kind enough to send those out, and he even put it in his Meg Pro flip label with Brent's collection. And so these three items I got earlier in the week. Just love all of them, courtesy of Brent Richards. So thank you, Brent. I very much appreciate you sending those items. So that was the first thing I wanted to show today. And then the rest of the items I'm going to show are the stuff that I found at the card show today. Well, and the card show and at my local card shop. And I haven't even taken these out of maybe I should have done this before, but I haven't even taken these out of the top loaders with the price tags on them. So they're not in tip top shape yet. I have to go and put them into my collection and put some of these in one touches and kind of spiff them up a little bit. But first one I'll show here. These are, I don't really have them sorted into what I bought at the card shop and what I bought at the card show, but the first one is a card from the 2025 Bob Ross release. This is a bat on ball insert of Frank Thomas. You can see I picked it up for $10. So these cards, they have the price tags on them, so you can see what I paid for them. But actually, a lot of these I bought from one vendor or another, and they kind of knocked off a couple of bucks at the end. So most of these, you really were going to price them out. I got them for maybe $1 or $2 cheaper than what the price tag says. But this one is one of those cards I really enjoyed, the Bob Ross release, and didn't have this Frank Thomas bat on ball card, so I picked that one up. Thought that was a beautiful card. Now the next one is another one. This is just for Rob's PC. It's not really gonna fit in too many other people's PC, but this is an Allen and Ginter card of Cole Calhoun. He's a guy that I personally collect just because I had the opportunity to follow his early career before he was even in the professional, in the major leagues, or even in the minor leagues. He played for a Northwoods League team that is housed in my hometown of Eau Claire. And so he played for the Eau Claire Express. And ever since then, I've kind of followed his career and collected him. And so when I saw that card for $1, I couldn't hardly turn it down. So snag that one. And the next one, this is one that just caught my eye as I was flipping through a box. This is a card that commemorates George Brett joining the 3000 Hit Club. It's a Fleer card, and you can see it's a die cut card with the number 3000 die cut with George Brett standing there. And I don't know if you can see that the date is even on there, September 30th, 1992. That's the date that George Brett joined the 3000 Hit Club. And so really thought that was a cool card. George Brett was a great player from when I was a kid, so remember him playing fondly. The next one is a 1975 Ben Oglivie, and I like the 1975 set quite a bit. And Ben Oglivie is a guy that, as a kid, I really enjoyed watching. He was on the Tigers here, but he joined the Brewers in the late 70s and played with the Brewers through the mid 80s and had some great years. Led the league in home runs one year, and he was famous in Milwaukee for making a tremendous sliding catch in the last day of the regular season in 1982 that helped clinch the Brewers the division. So Ben Oglivie did more than just hit home runs. He flashed the glove. He had the nickname Spider-Man because he could climb the walls and snag balls. So I couldn't resist that one, and it's really in good shape. I don't know. I can bring it close, but I mean, this for a card from 72, I was really impressed with the corners and the centering. I thought this was a really nice example of that card. So snag that. The next one was just being a absolute Brewer homer here. Some of you may know the Brewers just traded away their ace pitcher, Freddie Peralta, to the Mets. And one of the key pieces that they got back in that trade was this guy named Jet Williams. And he's supposed to be a fantastic prospect. And so I snagged his first Bowman. You can't really see it hidden by the $1 price tag, but for $1, I thought I'd snag a example of one of the Brewers' newest additions, a highly regarded prospect that they got in that Freddie Peralta trade. So anyway, so that's the first set. I'll clear these off. These were my first 5 off the stack here. These really aren't in any particular order, but I'm going to clear those out to make room for the next ones. And the next one was just a card that I thought looked really cool, really nice design on this. And since Carlos Beltran just got inducted into the Hall of Fame, I snagged it. This is numbered out of 150. He hit 4 home runs in a game, and this is a card just kind of commemorates that. So new Hall of Famer, thought I'd snag a card for him. Now the next one is kind of a unusual card. This is a Joe DiMaggio in the 1980 design, and I saw it and I just couldn't resist this one. I bought it. It doesn't have a price tag, and I don't think I paid more than $1 or $2 for this one, but it's in the 1980 design. 1980 design, which if you've watched my channel, you know that's my favorite card set, and I believe this must be an Archives card. So I snagged that one, Joe DiMaggio, 1980. Love it. The next one here, this is just another one that I didn't have in my collection. I've mentioned I really enjoy all of the 1984 card designs by Fleer, Donruss, and Topps. And I made it kind of one of my goals is to kind of add some more of those sets, because even though I was collecting as a kid back then, a lot of those cards are gone. I don't know what happened to them, but snagged this Mike Schmidt. Just love that 84 Fleer design for $1. Hall of Famer, maybe the best third baseman ever to play. Grab that one. This next one is just a real cheap $2 card, but it's one of my current favorite players, Jackson Chourio. Future Stars Collectibles is the name of it. It's Bowman Chrome card. I don't really know much more about it than that, but it's just a cool looking card, and I snag Jackson Chourio cards anytime I can, and for $2, this card definitely fit my collection and my collecting style quite nicely. The next one, this is another 1984 Fleer. This is a Don Mattingly, and now I've got a copy of this card already in my PC that I've gotten Slab City, but I saw this one, and for $8, I just thought this was too good to pass up. I grabbed it. I know it's not perfectly centered. It's off center, but I really like this card. So I don't know. I just decided to grab it. I was a sucker for it today. I'll really enjoy that 84 Fleer set. So there's the next 5 cards. I'll clear these off and make room for the next bunch of cards. I'm just about done here. Don't have a whole lot more. The next 2 are both Dave Parker cards. The 1976 Dave Parker. Love that picture. Kind of the post swing. Looks like he's probably just cranked one out of the yard. This one is really good shape too for a 76. Not perfectly centered, but for me it's pretty darn good. Corners are nice. I think it's got really good color. Really love that card. For a couple bucks, snag that one. The next one is a 1979 Dave Parker. Love this with the color match, that blue kind of canvas in the back on the blue nameplate. Not sure if it really matches the Pirates colors too much, but I don't know. I think this was a pretty cool looking card. I did not have that one in my collection. Both of these are cards I didn't have, so I snagged them for my collection. And then the last one was kind of my bigger ticket item. I went into the card show today with not necessarily a target in mind, but I was in the back of my mind, I was thinking if I found a Jackson Chourio autograph, I was going to snag it if it was a reasonable price. And I found this Jackson Chourio autograph. And with Jackson Chourio being kind of a young superstar that the Brewers have got locked up for a decade worth of contract, I figured I wanted to add a significant card of his to my collection. So grabbed this on-card auto with the gold cup from the 1976 design. So really was pleased to get this. The vendor that I bought this from, I've bought many cards from him over the years at this show, and he came down immediately. He had this priced well over $100, and he immediately came down to $100. And then I asked, well, would you come down even further? And he came down even further for me. So I really appreciated him being willing to work with me, and I'm very pleased with the card. Happy to have that in my collection. It's immediately going to be upgraded. I've got it in a one-touch. I bought it in a one-touch, but I will be upgrading that to Slab City right after I finish recording this video. So anyway, that was my day in the hobby. I really had a lot of fun. A lot of times when I go to these shows, I have my Aunt Lori tagging along, and even my Aunt Gail sometimes. They couldn't make it today, so I was flying solo, which made it a little bit different dynamic, but I had a lot of fun. And then I was able to squeeze in a nice lunch with a good friend of mine, Jason in Eau Claire, that I really enjoyed that as well, kind of in between my card show and my card shop adventure. So anyway, I've been rambling on for 15 minutes, so I better wrap it up. I appreciate everybody who's watching. So until next time, enjoy the hobby and stay true to yourself.